Okay, what if the entire way we think about business is wrong? Not just a little wrong, but fundamentally backward. Today, we're diving into a mindset shift that says success isn't about profit at all. It's about value. And honestly, this one idea could completely change how you look at your job, your money, and maybe even your entire purpose.
So let's start with a question that, might hit a little close to home. How is it that so many people can do everything right? They get the good job, the nice house, they build the life they're supposed to, and still feel like something's missing. It's like you've won the game, but you look around and wonder where the prize is.
Well, the reason is surprisingly simple. It's because we've all been sold a lie. A fundamental lie about what work is, what success is, and what business is really all about. So let's get right into it. Let's unpack this lie. The biggest misconception we all have is that a business is just a machine built to make money. But what if that's not the goal? What if money is just the side effect? This is the core idea right here. Business is not about chasing dollars, it's the universal trade of value. Just think of money as the receipt. It's the piece of paper that proves a value exchange happened. It's the tool, not the treasure.
And this isn't some high-level CEO concept. You are in the business of trading value every single day of your life. When you go to the gym, you're trading an hour of your time for better health down the road. When you stop and really listen to your kid tell a story, you're trading your attention for trust and a stronger relationship. Business is life. You're already a pro at it.
So for all in this business, why do so many of us feel so stuck? It's because we shift from an offense mindset to a defensive one. We start protecting what we have, our money, our time, our comfort, thinking that hoarding it will keep us safe. But that scarcity mindset, that need to protect, is the very thing that causes us to shrink. So what's the alternative to playing defense all the time? Well, instead of just protecting, we need to be multiplying. And there's a timeless parable that illustrates this idea perfectly.
The story starts with a master who gives his wealth, called talents in the story, to 3 of his servants before he leaves on a long trip. Now, 2 of the servants immediately get to work. They invest the money, they put it to use, and they double it. But the 3rd servant, he gets scared. He thinks, what if I lose it? So out of fear, he digs a hole in the ground and buries his master's money just to keep it safe. When the master gets back, he's thrilled with the 2 who created more value. He rewards them generously. But the servant who played it safe, the one who only protected the asset, he's called wicked and lazy. The message couldn't be clearer. The expectation wasn't to preserve, it was to multiply. And the moral of the story is summed up perfectly in the master's final words. It's almost like a law of the universe. The more you use what you have to create more value, the more you'll be given. But stagnation, that fear of taking a risk, that leads to losing everything. So this really presents us with 2 completely different ways to live and work. On one side, you've got the scarcity mindset. It's all about fear. Its goal is to protect, and its action is to hoard, which ironically leads to decline. On the other side, you have the abundance mindset. It's driven by faith. Its goal is to multiply. Its action is to invest, and that's what leads to real growth. You got to ask yourself, which one of these is driving you?
Now, this idea of multiplying instead of just protecting, it actually scales up to something even bigger. Once we start to see business as value creation, its purpose can get way bigger than just ourselves. It can actually become about serving our entire community. This brings us to a super important point. Your own personal success is tied directly to the success of the community around you. A business that actively works to make its city better creates this amazing upward spiral. When the community thrives, the business can't help but thrive with it. So, how does the business actually do this? Well, it's really built on 3 pillars. First, it focuses on solving problems that genuinely matter to people. Second, it doesn't see creating jobs as just an expense, it sees it as a core mission. And third, it becomes a pillar in the community by actively investing in people and their development. This is how a company becomes more than just a company, it becomes a force for good. And this all leads us to the ultimate goal. Because let's be honest, we're not just here to punch a clock and make a living, we're here to build something that lasts. We are here to build a legacy. And this puts a choice in front of every single one of us. Are you building a transactional business, one that's just focused on profit and dies the day you leave? Or are you building a transformational one, a movement that's focused on impact and collaboration, one that lives on for generations? One leaves behind money, the other leaves behind a legacy.
And legacy isn't just a nice-sounding word. It's actually the peak of this idea called the 5 levels of wealth. As you can see, financial wealth, money, it's just step 1. It's the foundation. From there, you build up to knowledge, then relationships, then the freedom of time, and at the very, very top, that's legacy. Lasting impact.
Now, if you think that first level, financial wealth, is the key to a lasting legacy, I want you to look at this number, 90%. What on earth could that mean?
It's a failure rate. A staggering 90% of wealthy families lose all of their fortune by the time the grandkids are in charge. Just let that sink in. It's absolute proof that a real legacy, one that endures, cannot be built on something as fragile as money. It has to be built on something stronger, like values, systems, and wisdom.
So we'll end with the most important question of all. It's not about what you're earning, it's about what you are building. When your time here is done, what's going to be left? What systems, what knowledge, what impact will you leave behind for the next generation? What are you building that will truly actually outlast you?